All right, welcome back, everyone. Getting to the Board of Education meeting for Monday, July 25th of 2022. The board has been in closed session since 6:30. Charlie, can you call the roll?
Ms. Roach?
Here.
Ms. Seiden? Here. Ms. Galan?
Here.
Mr. Westfall?
Present.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Here.
Dr. Baxter? Here. Mr. Kerber?
Here, we have a quorum. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? The flag is behind you and to your left. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all very much. Moving down to item 3 on our agenda, communications, and item 3.02 specifically. President's comments, a couple of things this evening. First of all, welcome back, Dr. Wood. We are very glad you chose to return. This is Dr. Wood's second official Board of Education meeting as superintendent with last week's committee meetings. Once again, on behalf of the board, we pledge ourselves as duly elected representatives of the District 202 community to work with you in full partnership to continue the work of preparing our students for success in the world outside of our walls and giving our staff the support and resources they need to make District 202 a world-class public school system. You have some big shoes to fill. I'm sure predecessor is sitting out there in the audience enjoying himself right now, I'm sure. But we chose you for this role because we are confident you can not only fill them, but create your own shoes. So again, welcome and congratulations. We look forward to working. Thank you, Mr. Herbert. Sports staff job fair. Exciting news. District 202 will host a job fair tomorrow, July 26th, to recruit support staff members. The fair will run from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the main gym at Plainfield East High School, 12001 South Naperville Road. The district is looking for paraprofessionals, custodians, and lunchroom supervisors beginning this fall. District 202 will administer and reimburse paraprofessionals who need to take the ACT Work Keys and ETS Parapro tests to get the correct license. Parapros have the possibility to earn stipends of up to $525 per semester, depending in which program they are working. And as I'm sure everyone can imagine, District 202 is not immune right now to the issues of workforce challenges. And so, again, hopefully this will help you all to find additional opportunities of staff for the district as we look to embark on a new school year in about a month. And congratulations to Plainfield North High School girls volleyball team for being recognized with the United States Marine Corps and American Volleyball Coaches Association Team Academic Award for the 2021-2022 season. The Plainfield North Tigers are one of 425 high school division teams to earn the honor this year and compile a 5.11 grade point average on a 5.0 scale. This is the 4th consecutive year the team has earned this prestigious honor. The team earned the additional honor roll distinction, which represents the top 20% of team GPAs in the high school division. So huge accomplishment for them and well done. Excellent work. Item 4, board salutes. Does any of my colleagues have anything to see?
I do. I would like to salute one of our teachers, Mr. McGahee at Plainfield High School Central Campus, who runs a 3D and engineering class that our wonderful communications department highlighted one of their projects this year. But I just think this is absolutely a fabulous example of taking real world concepts and bringing them into the classroom, and not only that, but doing something to help our community. His class created a wheelchair knob specifically for an MS patient that was having difficulty using his wheelchair. And so the class had to go through several iterations from what the report said, and came out with a product that the gentleman in question was very happy with. I'm sure they will try to see if others are in need of it, but I just think that's wonderful innovation in teaching. That's it.
Thank you, Bart. Any other board salutes? All right. Jumping down to section 5, public comment. We do have one person that signed up this evening.
Mr. Herbert, before we do that, if you don't mind, I'll interrupt, and I would like to introduce another recent retiree, Mrs. Margie Benucci, who also chairs the Plainfield Foundation for Excellence. She's here tonight to present the Walter G. and Juanita F. Nias Award to the other retiree in the room, Dr. Lane Averill. The foundation administers this award on behalf of the Nias family. It's incredibly prestigious and it honors district staff, both certified and non-certified, for their excellence, their service to the community, etc. So, Mrs. Benucci.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. This evening, I'm talking about someone who we all know very well and has given so much to this district. As the chair of the foundation, we've had many highlights. Love giving out scholarships to students, grants to teachers, and many wonderful things along the way. But this is like a two-part fun thing for me, and I will tell you one of the highlights for me is being the chair. And the first part of that is when I approach someone and say, you've been selected to receive the Nias Award this year, which is usually followed by somebody really excited to get it. I'm usually excited because they usually don't expect that they're getting it, and they love to do that in person. The second part of this is the fact that I get to present it. And this year, because of certain circumstances, now on Monday nights, I'm free, as it turned out. And I am here to award this to Dr. Lane Averill. Dr. Averill has been here I've known him over the 20 years that he was in the district more than I worked here, but I knew him through the work that he did with students, and he reached out so much to the community. And then after I was employed here, got to know him even better and was able to just spend that time watching him in action and seeing how much he cared about the students, the staff, and the district itself. He went on to Leland and did a great job there. And then I'm sure they were sad to see him go, and we brought him back, and we're very happy to have him as our leader in the district for the last several years. So at this time, I would like to present this award on behalf of the Nias family to Dr. Lane Averill for all of his outstanding contributions in District 202. And there's money.
Just, yeah. Just thank you to the foundation, first of all, and Margie, a close friend and someone co-worker that I worked with for years. Not that you're old, but many years. And District 202 in Plainfield has just been so good to me, and to receive this award, and the Nias family and Walter Nias, what he stood for in the district and the community. It's just unbelievable. And I've been so lucky over my 36 years to work with great parents, a whole load of outstanding students, and in a very supportive community like Plainfield and District 202, and so many people who really deserve this, or a big chunk of it, the people in this room, the boards, Roger Benucci, who was president when I came back, and just so many other people, the staff that I got to work with, and just so lucky. So thank you, and I'll shut up. But I'm not saying.
He did under 2 minutes.
Well, congratulations again, Lane.
Thank you.
Very well deserved. All right, now moving on down to section 5, public comment. We have one individual this evening who signed up. Brad Markovich, again, we'll pull the podium out. And I know, Brad, you've done this drill before, so we know the drill, but we do ask that you keep it to no more than 2 minutes, and that direct your comments to the board, not to the audience. And again, typically the board did not respond back at this forum, but we will certainly address your comments as we go forward as well. So with that, when you're ready.
All right, my name is Brad Markovich. I'm a resident of Plainfield, Illinois, combat veteran, engineer, most importantly, a concerned father of 3. I've expressed my concerns regarding safety measures at Plainfield schools to the board in both written and verbal communications, and provided over 80 solutions which can be implemented to keep our children, students, and teachers safe. While I've been assured that school safety is a priority for the board, I found little evidence which supports this claim. Anyone can say school safety is important, but when it comes to actually keeping our children, students, and teachers safe, actions are what matter. So I'm here to follow up on my 31 May 2022 request and ask again, Why are the proposed solutions not in place? And I'd also like to share some of the things I've learned since the last board meeting. I've learned that low-cost solutions are available and can be implemented to mitigate the risk in the event of emergency situations. Largely, these solutions can be funded through material acquisitions, a one-time expense allowing for the immediate discrete deployment in our schools. Several proposed solutions are in the $50 per unit price range and were received by the board in the 31 May 2022 correspondence. Bear with me while I perform public math. There are 25,133 students in District 202 with an average of 23 students per classroom. 25,133 students divided by 23 students per classroom equates to 1,092.7, or rounding up, 1,093 classrooms that require additional protection while class is in session. 1,093 classrooms times $50 a solution equates to $54,650. Let's round up to $55,000, because I've also learned that the board operates on a $350 million annual budget. Yes, annual, $350 million. Projecting the current spend rate over the next 3 years, the district will spend over $1 billion. Pardon my Austin Powers reference. A $50 solution deployed in every classroom amounts to approximately $55,000, or 0.00016 of the annual operating budget. That's red. 10,000 of the budget. Since I'm only allotted 2 minutes, I'd ask for an additional 5 seconds to read a quote from Winston Churchill. The only thing necessary for triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Please do something. Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. All right. Item 6, our consent agenda. We have 2 items this evening. We'll take them together as one vote. Item 6.01 is approval of the regular session minutes of June 27th of 2022. And item 6.02 is approval of the certified personnel agenda as amended and the non-certified personnel agenda as presented. I get a motion.
Motion.
Heather's motion, Debbie's second.
Before we take a vote, I just want to publicly say I'm going to abstain for this vote as I missed part of the closed session where the personnel reports were being gone over.
Thank you, Tony. All right, Charlie, you call the roll.
Ms. Said? Yes.
Ms. Glenn, abstain.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Mr. Kerber?
Yes, items passed. Thank you very much. And with that, on behalf of the entire board, I would like to congratulate and welcome Jennifer Pitchler-Schill as the new assistant principal at Freedom Elementary School. Jennifer? She replaces Christy Hilmer, who is moving on to Walker's Grove Elementary School. Jennifer is a 25-year veteran educator. She served as coach and sponsor and a mentor and general education teacher in Highland, Indiana, starting in 1997. So again, congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
And would also like to welcome Jennifer Gala. Jennifer will serve as the new assistant principal at Riverview Elementary School. She replaces Stacia Mallory, who is moving to Crystal Lawns Elementary School. Jennifer started her education career in 2004 as a teacher assistant at Columbia Explorers Academy in Chicago. She also served as a tutor, student teacher, mentor and coordinator, child supervisor, track coach, and athletic director at various other school districts. So again, welcome, and look forward to having you here.
Thank
All right. Moving on down, item 7, for action, site and finance committee. Mr. Westphal.
Thank you, Kevin. First up on the agenda is the treasurer's report. Rose?
We started the month with cash and investment balance of $109,3673.73. We had revenues in the amount of $110,739,430.73. We had expenditures in the amount of $51,193,558.14, leaving a cash and investment balance of $168,550,984.04.
Thank you, Rose. Any question on the treasurer's report? Will be my motion for approval.
Second.
Rob's motion, Barb seconds. Charlie?
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Ms. Zine?
Yes.
Ms. Gillon?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Mr. Herbert?
Yes, item passes.
Thank you. Next up is the approval of the payment of bills in the amount of $14,673,341.68. Any questions on the approval of payment of bills? No questions. It'll be my motion for approval.
Second.
Rob's motion and Barb seconds. Charlie?
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Ms. Zine?
Yes.
Ms. Gillon?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Herbert?
Yes, item passes.
Thank you. Next up is 7.04, approval of the 2022-2023 tentative budget along with the placing of the 2022-2023 tentative budget on display. Establish our public hearing date and publish legal notice. Display July 26th, this year. Public hearing will be on September 26th of this year. And Tony, would you like to add on anything?
Sure. Tentatively, or in our tentative budget here, we are projecting a balanced budget. Projections fell very much in line with the 5-year forecast that we had presented just a few months ago. A little bit of additional revenue came through. There was an error that we were recently alerted of by the Illinois State Board of Education when they initially calculated evidence-based funding, which is the dollars we get from the state. It has since been released that, and a positive note, we were one of the largest recipients of this error correction, just over $3 million. The glass half empty view of that is for years then we were not receiving money that we should have been receiving, but that will raise our base funding minimum, or the minimum amount of dollars we'll get through EBF. But otherwise, we are projecting a balanced budget.
Thank you. And that was because of, as Tony said, the State Board of Education overpaid Chicago Public Schools and they had to return the funds that were overpaid to them. So, any questions on the tentative budget? No, no questions. Would be my motion for approval.
Rob's motion and Barb seconds. Charlie?
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Ms. Zine?
Yes.
Ms. Gillon?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Herbert?
Yes, item passes.
Thank you. Next up, 7.05, approval of the acceptance of donations as submitted. Eagle Point Elementary, $23,650 from their PTO fundraiser for the purchase of their electronic marquee. Freedom Elementary, $30,987 from their PTO for the purchase and installation of an electronic marquee. And Ira Jones, $68.97 from their PTO for school store supplies. Any questions on the acceptance of donations? There are no questions. There'll be my motion.
Second.
Rob's motion and Barb's second. Charlie?
Ms. Zine?
Yes.
Ms. Gillon?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Mr. Herbert?
Yes, item passes.
Thank you. And Kevin, I'd like to defer to Barb for additional board service.
Yes. So we definitely would love to thank the Eagle Point and Freedom PTOs for their contributions of marquees. Having been on one of those PTOs in the past, I can tell you that will create a much safer environment. The old ones were very dangerous on a windy day to try and update. As well as Ira Jones PTO for stocking their school store. Thank you very much to both of those, or all three of those organizations.
Next up is 7.06, approval of the installations as submitted. Eagle Point, the installation of their electronic marquee, and Freedom Elementary, the installation of their electronic marquee. Any questions? That'll be my motion for approval.
Second.
Rob's motion and Barb's second. Charlie?
Ms. Gillon?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Ms. Zine?
Yes.
Mr. Herbert?
Yes, item passes.
Thank you. Last is 7.07, approval of the disposal of assets as submitted. Special education, disposing of out-of-date testing materials and protocols. Any questions about the disposal of assets? There are no questions. There'll be my motion for approval.
Second.
Lauren's motion and Barb's second. Charlie?
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Ms. Zine?
Yes.
Ms. Glan?
Yes.
Mr. Herbert?
Yes, item passes.
Thank you, Kevin. That is it for finance.
All right, thank you, Mr. Westfall. All right, moving on down to item 8, for Action Curriculum and Technology Committee. That's me. The Curriculum and Technology Committee met here at the district office last Wednesday, July 20th, 2022 at 6:30. And we have 3 items this evening that we're looking for approval. So item 8.02, approval to place on 30-day public display middle school community service and leadership curriculum with an estimated cost of $14,000. And that will be my motion.
Second.
Cassie seconds. Any discussion from the board? All right, Charlie?
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Ms. Zine?
Yes.
Ms. Glan?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Mr. Herbert?
Yes, item passes. Item 8.03, approval to place on 30-day public display middle school introduction to journalism new curriculum with an estimated cost, again, of $14,000. That is my motion.
Second.
Kathy second. Any discussion from the board? All right, Charlie?
Ms. Zine?
Yes.
Ms. Glan?
Yes.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Herbert?
Yes, item passes. And 8.04, approval of the middle school curriculum introduction to Spanish that has been on 30-day public display with an estimated cost of $8,000. That is my motion.
Second.
Kathy's second. Any discussion from the board? Charlie?
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Ms. Zine?
Yes.
Ms. Glan?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Herbert?
Yes, item passes. And we also received our mid-year discipline, end of year discipline report at the meeting. And so I would encourage everyone to go online if you did not have a chance to view the committee meeting last Wednesday and take a look at that as well. There was some really good information shared from the administration, some good discussion with the board, and we will look to continue those discussions going forward. And with that, that is all.
Can I just add
Oh,
to
yeah.
that comment?
Absolutely.
I just want to reiterate some of the concerns that came out of the discipline data as far as inequities between the different groups of students that are tagged as white, those that are Hispanic, and those that are Black. And I would be hopeful for more frequent updates instead of waiting a whole nother year to see if initiatives and interventions that we're putting in place are addressing those pretty big inequities.
Thank you, Tony. Any other comments? Okay, so that's it for Curriculum and Technology Committee. So we'll move on to item 9, for Action Personnel Policy and Administration. Ms. Roach.
Thanks, Kevin. The PPA committee also met on Wednesday, July 20th at 6 p.m. here at the district office. The first item on the agenda was the community relations update, in which the community relations department is currently working on putting together a long form video for the upcoming job fair that was mentioned earlier in tonight's meeting. So that's a great thing that the district is doing, and it's wonderful that the community relations department is putting a video together about that. Item 9.02, the approval to place the following policies on 30-day public display. Policy 4:10, fiscal and business management. Policy 4:70, resource conservation. Policy 6:60, curriculum content. Policy 7:50, school admissions and student transfers to and from non-district schools. Policy 7:270, administering medicines to students. And policy 7:285, anaphylaxis prevention, response, and management program. That is my motion.
Heather's motion.
Second.
Tony's second. Any discussion from the board? Charlie.
Ms. Zine?
Yes.
Ms. Glan?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Ms. Roach?
Yes,
Mr. Herbert?
Yes, item passes.
and there's nothing else from PPA.
All right, thank you, Heather. All right, so now we will jump on down to item 12 for action other. And we did earlier this evening, before we went into closed session, we amended the agenda to include item 12.01. And so we're looking for a motion for item 12.01, authorization for approval authority of the superintendent for administrative recommendations from July 25th, 2022 through the September 12th, 2022 Board of Education meeting. Just a little bit of explanation. Back in June, we approved giving the superintendent authorization to approve candidate recommendations that come forward since the Board of Education only meets once a month in July and August. That specifically excluded at that point in time administrator recommendations for hire. So we are looking to add that approval authority in for Dr. Wood between now and September 12th, just so we can keep, as we had this evening, two wonderful AP hires that we were able to approve. And the board doesn't meet again for another month to be able to keep the process of hires moving forward as we start the school year. So I will be looking for a motion, a motion for that.
Motion.
Rod's motion.
Second.
Kathy seconds. Any discussion from the board? All right. Charlie?
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Ms. Stein? Yes. Ms. Gillon?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Mr. Gerber?
Yes, item passes. Thank you all very much. We do not have a Board of Education report this evening, so we'll move down to item 16.01, Freedom of Information requests.
We've received two Freedom of Information requests since the last board meeting. We have Everlane Dotson, District 300, for board policy related to flag display in classrooms. It was received June 24, 2022, due July 1, 2022, completed June 29th, 2022. Our second Freedom of Information request is from Tiffany Sabatini, community member, for emails between Grand Prairie Elementary School staff and parents regarding the school yearbook, received June 24, 2022, due July 1, 2022, completed June 30, 2022.
Thank you, Dr. Wood. And section 17.01, announcements and scheduled activities.
We have board committee meetings Wednesday, August 17th, 2022 at the Administration Center. 6 o'clock is Personnel Policy Administration, 6:30 Curriculum and Technology, 8 p.m. Site and Finance. And the next Board of Education meeting is scheduled for Monday, August 22nd at the Administration Center. Closed session 6:30, public session at 7:30.
Thank you, sir. We will not be looking to do a second closed session this evening, so at item 19.01 adjournment, I'll be looking for a motion to adjourn. Tony's motion. Barb second. Any discussion? Charlie?
Ms. Gillon?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Howard Collins?
Yes.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes.
Ms. Roach?
Yes.
Ms. Stein?
Yes.
Mr. Gerber?
Yes, we are adjourned. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you for coming.